Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Grab a Cuppa Knit and Chat. Today is December 21st, 2025. It's about 1:40 p.m. in the afternoon, and it really is kind of wet and gloomy outside. My name's Maggie. I am in the Willamette Valley in, I guess you could say, Central Oregon. Um, it's been very rainy here lately. Not near as bad as it's been in Washington State with all the flooding, so I hope everybody up that direction is okay. So far, my family is that lives up there. Um, it is the Sunday before Christmas, and I've been doing a video on Sunday this month. I kind of like that. I'm not getting a whole lot done in between, but we'll see what happens. I have a lot of whips going. I have a lot of Advent whips. I've finished my woolens and nosh socks, but I'm not going to show any of those because I do have, number one, woolens nosh socks has 24 different stripes, so it goes up until Christmas Eve, or 25. I can't remember. I think it's 24. So I'm finished, but there's still like 4 days for other people, so I don't want to show that too early. I have the Rainier and Roses Advent set, which I haven't been working a whole lot on, that I'm doing the I Quilt 2 blanket with, but I'm using like day 1 with day 24, day 2 with day 23, that kind of thing to get the contrast of the Advent colors, and I don't want to spoil that for anyone. My cardigan that I'm using, the Narnia from Storyteller Stitchery Advent for, I'm going in order, but I haven't gone past day 2. I've just kind of like fell off with that one. I'm using the Ripplescape cardigan pattern for that, but I'm just using the stitch count. I'm not doing the special ripple stitch. I'm just doing regular stitching. It's a striped cardigan that has a really cool effect. I just having issues with the way the pattern's written in how to use that stitch and do your increases. I'm not understanding. I have a couple of things that I have in front of me, some patterns that I want to do that I printed out this morning. One of them I have already started on, but I'm not sure. I don't think I've gotten very far on it, but I needed the printed pattern. Okay, so I'm having my ritual mint tea in my Hey There Pretty Lady cup. I've already kind of gotten into it, so grab something, put me on pause, grab a drink, grab a snack, however you want to do. I want to show my cute little Snoopy glass that's got my water in it. It just brings me joy. I had a shorter one that had Harry Potter stuff on it, and it's made the same way, but it's just what you call one of those can glasses. Looks like the can, but I kept it at work and I used it maybe 2 weeks and it started cracking. But this one's thicker than that one was, so I don't know what the difference was there. It just wasn't a very good glass. I used it for iced coffee, so I don't know what happened there. Anyway, going on tangents again. So the first thing is I have already started, I've said that I wanted to just do sleeveless tops and cardigans. I'm wearing a store bought cardigan that I got, I think it was at Walmart or something. It's got pockets on it. It doesn't button, it's just an open cardigan, but it's nice. It's not very thick. So it would equate to a fingering weight cardigan. And I like it. It's nice for something that was store bought. I mean, it's I wouldn't call it hefty or workhorse, but I've had it for a year now and it's still working okay. Um, so I had started the Sailor Swift top, but I've printed the pattern out for it now. I think I've only done like part of the back. I haven't gotten very far. I do have lots of whips, so I'm working here and there. This one is the Lifesavers cardigan by Tennis Fiber Arts. I've had this in my queue for a couple months. I think I'm doing the Sailor Swift out of the Deep Petroleum blue from Knitting for Olive Merino. I'm using Deep Petroleum and another blue, but a lighter blue for the stripes, and the Deep Petroleum where it's cream here. I think that's the way I'm going. And this one, I'm doing where it's cream colored. I think I'm going to be using the Dusty Olive from Knitting for Olive Merino. And then my stripes are going to be leftover colors from my stripe hype. And I think you could do this the other way too, where if you wanted to, you could do the wider sections in different colors and then just have the where it's colored here in one color. So you can kind of do that a couple different ways, but I think I'm going to do it in the Dusty Olive. When we went to Sisters last weekend, I grabbed 3 more balls of Dusty Olive knitting in the merino from Knitting for Olive, and so that gives me 4, and they're 50 grams, so that gives me 200 grams. I may have to get more. We'll see. That goes into a whole dye lot thing too, but we'll see about that. Another pattern that I want to start is I bought the pattern a long time ago. I've just never done it. And that's the Habitation Throw by Curious Handmade. What is that designer's name? Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. A Helena Stewart or something. It starts with a H. Why can I not find it now? I thought it had it on the pattern. I'm sorry about that. But on Ravelry, it's Curious Handmade. She did the Habitation Throw. And this year she came out with the button box throw. They're very similar pattern. After I bought the button box throw, I realized that they're kind of similar. It looks like the in between the yarn overs is more. I don't know, but I'm gonna make them both. Um, the habitation is done with fingering weight yarn, and you can use like advents or leftovers, and I'm gonna have plenty of leftovers. And it looks like the button box throw is fingering weight yarn as well. 24 colors or leftovers. So they're going to be similar but different. So what do you call that? Same but different. This is done on a US 6, the button box. And so is the habitation throw. So we'll see. Like them both, and they're both from the same designer. I just didn't realize how similar they were. And then the Ooey Gooey Mints from Andrea Mowry. You can do the full mint, or you can do, I know there's a picture in here with the fingerless mitts as well. So now I have the sweater pattern and the sock pattern, and now the mitt pattern. And something that I'm doing right now is the imitation quilt, or imagination quilt, not imitation, the imagination quilt. This right here has a lot of different quilt blocks that you would see in regular quilting. There's the bow tie quilt, there's the star, there's the they all have different names. I call this the wooden spool. There's all different, non-patch. They all have very different names, but than what I'm used to. This is from Mima Makes. It's also on Ravelry, and you can see Nitty Natty doing hers. You can use either DK or fingering, and it is a crochet pattern. And the one that I'm working on right now is called the Cordelia. And that's the first block. So that's what I'm doing right now, is the Cordelia block. So I have my undyed yarn, and I'm just using scraps that I have. I'm using some of the ones that came in my Skein Yarn Shop Scrappy Swap, and I'm using just different ones that I have left over. The first two colors that I'm using are these two. So there is kind of a lighter, more solid tonal purple, and then there's a variegated, and then the undyed. So you have undyed blocks, and then you have half square triangles. I did these this morning, so I haven't woven the ends in yet, but that's the tonal purple. These here are the variegated. Oh, show one. And then you do one with the two different colors together. So in this one, you really can't see a whole lot of difference. But all of these are going to make up the blocks. Let's see if I can lay kind of like this is one piece of it. So it's just the way that you lay it out. And I think it's going to be pretty. I have 2 more of these half blocks to make and 3 more of these half blocks to make. It took me a minute to get there, but they're coming along just fine. And then I'm going to try to put them all together. And I'm just going to do my blocks. It looks like maybe this is a little bigger than what mine are, but it could just be the DK. I have a lot of DK. And I'm thinking about doing it in a DK weight as well. The only thing, it says that this is inspired by Anne of Green Gables. I think it was this is the pattern that went with the Anne of Green Gables Advent. I'm not sure. I just know that Nitty Natty has the Anne of Green Gables Advent this year, and she's doing this pattern. I really like this pattern. It's crochet. It's simple. It's small blocks. I mean, look at this. That's not very big. They're not huge. This is the fingering weight version. And I am thinking about doing the DK weight version because in my mind, I don't care if the entire blanket is one color scheme. I just want each block to be its own color scheme. Although here I have the first 3 sets together, and you can see there's even more purple there. And then this is kind of a bluey periwinkle color. These are just ones that I had. These are just all scraps. So I have all these scraps in this bag. You can't really see that. But see? That's just some of them. And now that I'm looking, I kind of like these two together. Right here. So that's another one that I'm going to do. Together. And let's see. I kind of like these two the blue and the bluish green together, because this blue is kind of in there. I like that together. And what else do I have? I don't really have, I mean, a lot of these are variegated. What am I doing? I don't really like that together. These I'm just going to have to kind of find, there is ends everywhere and it's driving me crazy. But like, I like this color, but I don't have anything in here that's going to go with that color. I have all kinds of different colors in here. These are some. There's 2 more. And then these 2. But I have scraps everywhere. And I just keep throwing them back in there. I have scraps a lot of places. So finding things that go together, I don't think is going to be an issue. I can reuse some of these colors if it comes down to it. It's not taking a whole lot of colors because these are about the same size as these. They were 20-gram minis. A lot of them were sent to me in the sock swap. But my point to that is I want it to be like a scrappy quilt and maybe not so tailored in color. Although I think I would like for all of the quilt blocks to be certain colors as well, in maybe a different one where it's just 2 or 3 different colors of blue, maybe 2 different colors of blue and a neutral, where all of the quilt blocks are the same color, and then you have your neutral. So I don't know, we'll see, but that's what I've gotten up to. I did pick up my cardigan that I had started a while back, Haruno cardigan, and I'm looking for, this is the only picture and it's not very good, but it's got the little colors here. It's kind of a lace work, and I've gotten past the halfway mark and I'm on the lace work. Where that marker is where I was when I picked it up today. So I've only done like 3-4 rows. It's just been sitting here and I don't know why I haven't worked on it, but I'm working on it now. And that's what I've been doing today, just sitting here and watching some Vlogmas or Christmas YouTube, and just sitting here in my craft room working on that. And then I picked up my crochet blocks. I'm gonna work on those some more. I'd like to have this first block done by end of day, which I have 3, 4, 5 more of these little squares, the half square colors to do. And then I can hopefully start putting that together. See, what else is there? It's just a few days till Christmas. I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I'm off Thursday to Monday of next week. There's very few of us in the office this coming Wednesday. I had to take off early on Thursday. I took off an hour early another day. I really have not been feeling all of that great. And yesterday, being Saturday, I was here by myself. My partner went to Washington, and I stayed here. I'm kind of like staring off in the dim, because Christmas is not a good time for everybody, and I understand that. I used to enjoy Christmas. I don't enjoy Christmas anymore. I am kind of bah humbug with the whole Secret Santa stuff, because half the time you get things that you really don't want to use, don't like. even with giving presents to family members, there's always something wrong. And it's like, I've said it on here before. I think that celebrating each other all year round is a lot better than waiting until one certain day. And I think I've learned that more this year than I have any other year because my mother passed earlier this year in March. And having those first without her has been really hard lately. She used to, she loved calling on Christmas Eve and being the first one to call and say Christmas Eve gift because as we were growing up, she used to come in and wake us up on Christmas Eve and say that. And the first one that says it on Christmas Eve morning got to pick a gift out from underneath the tree, or they were given some sort of gift, which usually was something tiny like candy or fruit or something like that. But, or just anything. And I got to thinking about that this week, and my mood has just been bad. And although she lived far away from me, we talked on the phone constantly, and I don't have that anymore. And it's been harder than I expected. Not, I mean, yeah, it's been hard. It's just little things that make me think, oh, I need to call mom, or oh, I need to call and check on her, or something of that manner. And it's just odd. It's just getting used to it. And that's all. Those of you that have been through it or have lost a loved one know what I'm talking about. I My dad is still with us. I have a late husband prior to the one that I have now. I went through that with him, and now it's my mom. And my dad's one of those people that where my mom would call me 5 to 20 times a day. He may send me a message once every couple weeks. Hope you're okay. That kind of thing. Um, Although I'm sure he would like to hear from me even more often, but it's one of those things. Boy, that went morbid. Sorry about that. Um, I have picked up a pair of socks that I've been working on for a while. Some sock yarn that I got from Flock Fiber Festival from Fiber Hustle. I made a pair and had green heels, toes, and cuffs that went with it. And then I started another pair and doing yellow heel, toes, and cuffs. I finished one of those socks, and now I'm about ready to start the heel on the second one. I have done several pair of fingerless mitts. I put one up on Ravelry. Let me see if I can pull it up. It helps if I have my glasses. The fingerless mitt pattern that I use is called Fire Pit Mitts from Taylor Earl. And this is one pair that I did. That's using Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby. It's a rustic, um, oh, what's it called? I have it right here. Rustic Romantic in the antique iron. That is a 220 yard skein for each skein, and I got 2 pairs of mitts this size out of one skein. Well, I got a pair of mitts, a third mitt, and up to the thumb gusset of the second on the second pair. So I almost got 2 full pairs of mitts from that skein of yarn. So I did this pair, a third one, and then up to the gusset on the fourth mitt. That's where I got to with one skein yarn. So I did 2 of those in that, or 2 sets in that color, and then I did another set in some Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek purple. Those have all been gifted away. And after doing the 2 sets of mitts in the Rustic Romantic, because I had 2 skeins, I did 2 sets of the fingerless mitts and a hat from that same yarn in I did the Salish cap. Even though this is listed as a worsted weight or Aran weight yarn, I still did the stitching, the size wise, the stitch count, and everything for the Salish cap. Because the Salish cap, you use 2 fingering weights held together on a US 8. And I just used a US 8 with that one yarn, and it turned out great. What else have I done? I really haven't done a whole lot else. Just those fingerless mitts are very quick. It's really nice. I guess I should have shown you the pattern for it. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's on. I thought I looked it up more recent than that. So let's see. This is very interesting, isn't it? Sorry. What are you getting up to before Christmas? I mean, do you have a lot of things that you're making and trying to get done before Christmas to give out? Are you, why is my Ravelry not working? I don't know what's happening. That's just irritating. I don't know why. But anyway, you can look up fire pit mints from Taylor Earl from Wool Needles Hands. Um, so are you rushing to get some things done before Thursday or Wednesday? Are you done making? Are you excited about Christmas more than I am? Are you in a snowy area? I was kind of hoping we would have a white Christmas with everything that was going on. And it looks like maybe in the past, like the Santiam Pass, there may be some snow, but I'm not so sure. Just comment down below and let me know what you're doing, what you're up to. Are you making for the heck of it? Making for other people? I'm basically making for the heck of it. And I think I am switching for 2026 to making sleeveless tops or t-shirts, cardigans, socks. I'm always going to be making socks and blankets. I think that's going to be my focus. Um, I am making hats because the hat I just spoke about, I made a box in my cubicle at work. We have other makers that like crochet and knit and stuff too. So I made a box for them to help me fill throughout the year for next season. Um, if they want to. Not sure if anybody else will donate handmade items. Um, so I'll be making hats and things for that too. Probably some more fingerless mitts. I think they go over very well. I wear the large, and they're loose on me. So I think there's like a small, medium, large in that. Um, and I think that's about it. Yeah, just a whole lot of rambling. Sorry about that. I just kind of like went off the deep end there for a minute and got aggravated at Ravelry because I can't find the pattern that I want to find for you. But hopefully I can find it and link it down below. Um, Otherwise, I guess I will see you in the next one. Possibly next Sunday, even though Christmas would have come and gone. Maybe, hopefully, I can just pop back in and say hello again. So, have a good Christmas if you celebrate. Happy Hanukkah to those who do that. And Kwanzaa. And I'm sure there's some that I'm forgetting. But enjoy your time with your friends and family. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.